In Texas, a man is beaten to death while delivering wood after the recent Arctic blast that covered the state. We have the details on that. And in Colorado, human body parts are discovered while new homeowners start cleaning out their house. And 7 giant tortoises are found dead. Is there a crime? Mike's going to tell you the details on that. So these stories and more coming at you today, Thursday, January 25th on Real Life Real Crime Daily. And I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agavino.
Thursday.
I didn't have any song for Thursday that I could reference. I tried to think of some Thursday songs, but
I don't know if there is one. You got your Billy Goat hat on again.
Yeah.
Did you order me a Billy Goat hat yet?
You can have this one.
Well,
I picked it up personally.
You got a little. You got a little nugget. I got a big nugget. I was one of the last guys to get helmets at football.
I got
7.58.
7.5.
Yeah, well, that's a little.
Which one was bigger?
7.58. I think was the.
I was never any good at fractions.
So we had, we had big. Both had big nuggets. So that's an extra large hat.
Well, I mean, it's adjustable.
Oh, okay. It looks good on you. I wouldn't take your hat.
Yeah, it's not fitted.
I'll get you one next time I go shot hat.
Missed the Billy Goat.
Me too. All right, so let's get down to some true crime time.
So there was no Thursday song?
No Thursday song.
We make up our own.
We're going to start in Texas. How about that?
Thursday.
Somebody sent us a Thursday song.
Somebody sent us a Thursday song. A 51-year-old by the name of Scotty Jackson. He was a hardworking man who loved his grandchildren more than anything.
Well, good for him.
Good for you, Scotty.
He's been killed.
Oh, not good for you, Scotty.
Scotty was beaten to death Saturday, January 13th, while delivering firewood to a homeowner in Fort Worth, Texas. Christanzas Amandi, 27, was arrested and faces a murder charge in the death of 51-year-old Scotty Jackson. He was naked when he was randomly attacked. Meaning Jackson. Jackson wasn't naked. The person that attacked him was naked. Let me make that clear. And a witness, the homeowner, saw all of this. They were unloading wood from a U-Haul, and this guy comes out of nowhere. He's holding a key. When he approached the two, he says, "This is my house. I have the key right here."
And he's naked.
Okay. Both Jackson and the homeowner, they look at this guy and they're like, "Man, you need to get out of here." They tell him to leave, and that's when the suspect picked up a piece of wood and immediately struck Jackson in the head with it.
Oh, that hurts.
Jackson chopped and delivered wood on the side to make extra money, and with Texas getting the cold weather, obviously, that it had, he was making sure everybody was stocked up with firewood.
Right.
Jackson's daughter said she was trying to convince Jackson to get out of the cold and come home early. When he called her Saturday evening, he just said, "Hey, I'm making this last drop of firewood and then I'll be home." She was going to pick him up at the U-Haul rental center where he would rent this U-Haul to deliver this wood around 10 p.m. On Sunday. She hadn't heard from her father for several hours, so she went to the police department to find out has something happened. I haven't heard from him. After seeing the article Sunday night reporting the assault, she contacted the medical examiner's office, and they confirmed that the victim was, in fact, her father, Mr. Jackson.
And if he's at the medical examiner's office, he had to be dead.
Right. For the homeowner who was helping Jackson unload the truck, the experience was also traumatizing, and the events leading to the assault quickly unfolded. The homeowner said, "I just thought he was a person that was in trouble. After he pushed me back and then struck Scott, that's when I knew we had a problem." Yes, so Amandi hit the witness on his arm with the firewood. The witness was then able to block the firewood with his arm, and Amandi swung at him a second time. Fearing for his life, he ran and locked himself inside the home in an attempt to get away from the suspect. The witness called 911 and watched in terror as Amandi continued to hit Jackson several times and then dump a wheelbarrow on him. Jeez. Amandi then walked over to a nearby Airbnb where police said he was staying before he was found and arrested by officers. Right. A woman staying in another guest room at that Airbnb told police Amandi threatened her and appeared to be under the influence of an unknown substance. Imagine that. You could have told me that. Amandi remained in jail remains in jail with a bond set at $300,000. Wow. So yeah, this guy's out there. He's delivering firewood, which
hustling for his family.
Yeah. And a pretty big business when it's cold like this. You can make some money. Absolutely. Selling firewood on the side.
Absolutely. And I used to do that as a kid.
And this guy's staying at an Airbnb. So he's
right next door.
He's traveling. They're generally not cheap, pretty expensive place to be, and exits the Airbnb naked and just attacks the guy with, that's just crazy.
You remember the story we did about the Airbnb that was the drug dealers and the prostitutes were using?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, I'm not saying that was that, but very bizarre.
Yeah, he had to be on some kind of bad trip, man.
Right. Somebody must have been smoking
naked with a key out.
Some of that synthetic weed. I don't know. I don't get it. Hate it for him and his grandkids. And
yeah,
his
me
family.
too. It's horrible.
All right, let me take you to Grand Junction, Colorado. And authorities confirmed that human remains discovered at a recently sold home consisted of a head and hands.
Oh, I read about this.
The body went. Deputies were summoned to the home over a suspicious incident. The newly purchased property was being cleaned when the human remains were discovered. Investigators believe this is an isolated incident and there is no ongoing threat to the community. But it's being characterized as a homicide because you don't chop off your own body, right? The autopsy by the Mesa County Coroner's Office occurred yesterday and has confirmed human remains found are human head and human hands. It was further noted that the office will have no other additional information until further testing is finished, citing that these type of tests take time. Video footage from the scene showed investigators wearing hazmat suits. A neighbor, Sam Troster, said had the previous residents of the home moved out in the morning and the new owners arrived later to clean up the place. Turns out the new owners of the house posted online that they were looking to sell a bunch of the garbage that was left behind, scrap metal and things that people could repurpose. And there was a deep freezer that was posted up for grabs. Troster added that the people who dropped by to pick up the freezer visited her home and asked if they could use her bathroom. I let them in, and cautiously I was like, what's going on? And they continued to tell me they opened the freezer to empty it so they could transport, and they saw a head fall out, a human head.
Jesus right? Christ.
Sheriff's Office appealed to the public to reach out to authorities with any information about the case because they don't know shit. But I guarantee they're going to be looking at the other homeowners.
Well, I read that story, and the other homeowners had moved out that morning.
Right.
And the new people that afternoon. So when you're moving out that morning,
I know.
You might just go, hey, you know that person we killed and put in the
we've done these stories before. And people move out of the houses and leave dead bodies in the ice boxes and shit like that. I mean,
how does that
should be a dumb criminal story.
Well, she left the head in the cooler when she.
It was in a.
But that was a present for. It was a present for the mother.
Yeah,
she left it for the mom to say. But no, this is. Oh damn it! I knew we forgot something, Lily.
Yeah.
Uncle Charlie's head and hands are still in the freezer.
Got his body there. They probably ate the body.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. Bizarre.
Yeah, I want to see chapter 2 of this because
somebody's going to get.
What's the story with the people who sold
probably they were
the residents
getting somebody's government check after they died?
Yeah,
grandmas or somebody.
Could be.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods.
The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of an LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdowns scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, and all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had.
What's your favorite animal at the zoo when you go to the zoo? You guys have a favorite that you want to see?
A zoo?
Yeah, you
Not
go
a water park, a zoo.
a zoo.
Zoo, I like to see a, I don't know.
I stumped Woody. Woody doesn't like the zoo. He doesn't
I
go to
like
the zoo.
tigers and shit, but I like to watch the monkeys act a fool too.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah. I like the giraffes.
Giraffes?
Pretty cool.
I think they're just an awesome
I like
animal.
elephants.
Zebras also. Zebras are amazing with the
Elephants are
stripes.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a psychoanalysis you do on people, and that's one of the most key questions in psychoanalysis is what animal. And so I'll go home and tell you guys what it means that you chose those animals, which I think is very bad for both of you.
I'll go ahead and tell you, tiger, if you like tigers, means you're a stud.
Well, my kids, for whatever reason, my kids always love those giant tortoises. I think one of the big things is that they live so long. It's such a different thing to see an animal who has a lifespan that's 2 or 3 times what yours is. There aren't many of those on.
They don't really do a lot there.
Well, I think that's part of the attraction is they can't run away far.
Yeah, you can't really scare them away.
The handlers are able to do a lot of things with them. Yeah. Cleaning them, brushing their teeth. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff with them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Job I really want to have.
I don't know. But why did I get into that? Oh, I got into that because I have a story that involves tortoises.
There you go.
That's why.
Is it a crime story?
Do you know? Yes, it is a crime story. Right. Do you know what a group of tortoises is called?
A group of tortoises.
I would say a flock.
A wolf pack.
It's called it's called a creep.
A creep?
A creep of tortoises. CREEP. A creep. It's called a creep. And in the case I'm about to share with you, we're going to go to the Ashcliff forest.
You know what a flock of crows is called?
A flock of crows.
A murder. Look it up. It's true.
Okay. Or buzzards. If you said buzzards, I would have said probably murder.
I'll go ahead. I'll Google it for you.
There can be very few things more creepy than the sudden appearance in Ashcliff Forest of 7 dead Aldabra tortoises, more than 5,000 miles from their native home on the islands of the Indian Ocean. Ashcliff is near Exeter. It's about 150 miles southwest of London.
Sorry to interrupt. Breaking news.
A group of crows is called a murder.
A flock of crows is called a murder.
It says a group.
That's true crime related.
There you go.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Learning about creeps, learning about murder.
Okay. So Ashcliff, where they found these 7 tortoises, is about 150 miles from London. A police investigation is underway while the neighboring village of Broadquist has been gripped by speculation over how the reptiles perished, transforming the sleepy forest into a major crime scene.
Are you off the continent again?
I'm in the UK.
Yeah, off the continent.
Well, it's my assigned territory. I let you guys scoop up all these domestic stories.
I really wasn't paying attention to you, and you said village and something else, and I figured you was off the continent. So, I'm not going to fuck with you anymore. Go ahead. With your crew or creepers or whatever they're called.
Okay.
Crew.
So this mystery began on January 8th when the first 2 victims were discovered alongside one of the forest's roadways, and then 4 days later, another passerby discovered 5 additional bodies. The carcasses have now been removed, although there are an estimated 400,000 pet tortoises of all species in the UK. The Aldabra is rare, with only around 400 alive in all of Europe. Along with the more famous Galapagos tortoise, it's one of only 2 giant tortoise species left in the world. So this is a rare animal, 7 of them found dead over the course of a couple of days in this one location in the UK.
They must taste good.
No, their bodies were intact.
I'm saying they're almost extinct because people ate them.
Male Aldabras grow to about 1.2 meters in length, and they weigh a quarter of a ton, and they can live.
Yeah, you can feed a family a whole year.
They can live up to 200 years. Estimates are that about 150,000 of them still roam wild in their natural habitat, which is the Seychelles Islands north of Madagascar. But due to their tiny geographical range and the difficulty of breeding them, which has never been achieved in Europe, the Aldabra is classified as vulnerable. So it's classified as vulnerable, and 7 of them are found dead. A healthy young Aldabra specimen can fetch up to $20,000 if you're purchasing one.
Really tastes good.
So we have these rare, expensive, very difficult to take care of, and expensive to take care of.
Hard to breed, and 7 of them are dead.
Hard to breed, and 7 of them are dead. And Woody doesn't like my story, so he's pushing me. He's pushing me to end it abruptly, which I will by saying that this is a big deal. I mean, 7 very rare reptiles found dead, and so. If it doesn't matter to you, it matters to me, and we are going to follow this all the way through to find out who did this.
I wonder if it was something maybe in the water or something with these. Maybe maybe they had some kind of E. coli.
Maybe some birds flew over with the Paradise Valley
kind of strange
flowers.
Okay, I don't think the lily of the valley, the Paradise Valley. I don't think it's going to be a lily, but I think that they've had some unusually cold weather this winter there. And these things you have to keep at a certain temperature.
What would be the motive to kill 7?
That they died of natural causes under your care, and you just tried to dump them and get rid of them.
Maybe so. Yeah.
But it shouldn't be hard to figure out who could have owned 7 of these rare.
Call Scotland Yard. I thought you said they were in a zoo.
No, I asked you about your favorite animals in a zoo.
I really wasn't, man.
Just because I wanted to plug that into this psychoanalysis and figure out what that means about you.
That's very interesting, man.
I know our fans love tortoises.
That was a good one. Hey, you can tell how old a turtle is? Like a snapping turtle or any kind of turtle.
Yeah, it's the rings on the shell.
The circles.
Same thing with a tree.
That's true.
The rings on the tree. You can tell
That's
how
true.
old it is.
Each ring is a year.
Yep. All right.
An anaconda, you can do the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
The rings on the
Yep.
anaconda.
The rings, the length of the anaconda will tell you that. Tell you that. All right, we're gonna get a little closer to our home, and that is Monroe, Louisiana, for this next story.
Monroe.
That's right. And a suspected cocaine dealer in Monroe was found hiding inside the dryer in the kitchen area when police Saturday raided the Louisiana residence.
Always a good place.
That's been tried before.
Let me tell you, and we'll get into that. Armed with a search and arrest warrant, cops arrived at a Monroe home seeking to collar Darren Pittman, 26, who had been selling crack cocaine from the 2-bedroom apartment. Investigators were met by Militia Smith, 19, who yelled several times at Pittman, her boyfriend, to come out of the residence. Smith would subsequently be arrested for obstruction, though, when she sought to keep officers from entering the property and searching it. Chad Johnson, 18, was also busted when he fought with police after arguing over the validity of the search warrant. Of course, these 18-year-olds know all about what's legal with search warrants.
He graduated from law school at 13.
That's right. He saw a YouTube video or something. Charged with resisting, obstruction, and felony battery, Johnson put all the officers on the scene at great risk by interfering with that warrant. For his part, Pittman was not initially visible when cops arrived and tangled with Smith and Johnson, but the 766 square foot apartment did not offer an abundance of places to hide. So a Monroe officer said that the cops detected movement in the kitchen before entering the apartment, and Pittman was later located inside the dryer in the kitchen area where officers heard movement earlier. Court filings didn't detail, because I tried to find out, his height or weight or how he was able to squeeze into the dryer. However, he had to be pretty thin, I would think, and pretty short to do that. Facing felony and misdemeanor drug counts in addition to warrants charging him with a failure to appear, he's locked up in lieu of a $17,000 bond, and Smith and Johnson also remain in custody. So the last place you'd look would be the dryer.
Well, that jail cell probably feels like a mansion to him, though.
Right. Compared to that dryer,
I remember the story we did. The guy that was hiding and kept hiding from the cops, and he was doing social media posts, and he was like in a closet or some shit like that.
Yeah,
stupid ass people.
Well, it's just crazy. I mean, you've got to be really freaking small to fit in the dryer.
Well, and if it's a 766 square foot apartment, a lot of times they have that stack, washing machine, dryer, and they're smaller than normal. So he may have been really, really tiny.
I wonder what the police look like when they're looking around and you see that little circle in the dryer and there's just a face sitting there.
Right.
Yeah, how do you hide? You got to put like fabric softener over your face or something while you're in there.
That had to be something
interesting. And another dumb criminal.
That's it.
Monroe,
Louisiana got some little guys apparently.
Yes,
there.
Indeed. I'm gonna take you to about as far from Monroe as you can get, and I'm probably stepping on Mike's shit here, but I don't really care.
That hurts.
We're going to Kenyan, right?
Kenya.
I would suspect that's somewhere in Africa or something.
Yeah.
So suspected Kenyan cult leader and 94 other defendants have been charged with murder in connection with the deaths of more than 400 people.
Oh, my God.
Right? 400.
400.
Kenya's Office of Public Prosecution say 95 people were also charged with child torture and terrorism-related offenses, in addition to the murder charges. Paul McKenzie, the head of the purported Christian Doomsday Cult, has been in custody since last year. At least 429 bodies were exhumed from the forest where McKenzie and his followers lived, according to the investigators. Many of the bodies found were children who reportedly showed signs of starvation and strangulation. McKenzie moved to the forest in 2019 after his church was closed after preaching that children should not go to school. Survivors told investigators McKenzie instructed them to fast until death so they could meet Jesus. McKenzie is currently in prison for an unrelated case where he was convicted of illegally operating a film studio. McKenzie's wife is among, I'm sure there's porn involved in that. McKenzie's wife is among 95 suspects facing serious charges, and the Office of Public Prosecutions did not name all the defendants, but say they are set to be arraigned. I hate to call people weak-minded and shit, but 429.
That's
kids. Look, if there's a lot of kids dead in there, that means their parents were close by.
That's I have to go back and look, but for like cult,
that's got to be.
That's got to be. What was
Jones?
I was just thinking that's the one that I know has a triple-digit number, but I don't.
He's in the hundreds definitely, but I don't know if I've heard of 429, especially with kids. But hey, go ahead and starve yourself so you can meet Jesus. Right?
Awful.
Jesus juice.
Crazy.
All right, I'm going to go to Cali.
Cali.
And going to go to one of what used to be a pretty nice place in Cali at a point in time. Not so much right now. Let's go to Oakland, where a cop said, "We are so fucked." Why did he say that? He said it because he was patrolling a Chevron gas station in Oakland during the morning rush. The spot is one of 3 gas stations that surround Oakland Airport, which have become notorious for vehicle thefts. Within a single square mile, cops claim criminals strike a dozen times or more per day, every day, mainly targeting victims who are headed to and from the airport. Important comment I want to make on that, because I flew into this airport all the time because Southwest doesn't fly into SFO. They only fly into Oakland. So if you're going from LA or Burbank to San Francisco, you got to fly into Oakland. When you rent a car, and I don't care where you are in the country right now, folks, when you rent a car at an airport, take the gas option. Have them fill the tank for you. And even if you're only going to use half a tank and you're out 30, 35, 40 bucks, you're 30. That's worth it for your safety, because this is just prone for copycatting. I'm sure it already is being copied, but listen to what these people are doing. So the officer who was picking up an overtime shift to keep watch at this location said that the epidemic is just completely out of control, that the restrictive policies passed by the city and state make it impossible to police any of this stuff. We can't do a car chase on nonviolent crime. I can't go behind the cars. I can go behind a car and turn on my lights, but why would they stop? They don't stop. The officer is simply there to try and prevent crime from taking place at just the sight of a police car, hopefully being a deterrent to somebody. Less than a mile away from that Chevron, there's a Shell station, and it's also plagued. Around 500 yards from that, there's another Chevron, and then there's an In-N-Out Burger next to that. Those 4, the 3 gas stations plus the In-N-Out Burger, are making up what they are calling this single square mile of the greatest amount of car thefts in the U.S. So
that's pretty
seriously.
crazy.
If there's ever advice on this show I've given anyway that people should take, if you're traveling somewhere and you rent a car, take the gas option, because this is what's happening everywhere. They know, and they can obviously spot. You usually have a sticker on the car or a unique ID on the plate.
The license plates are different than regular license plates, only because, like in Louisiana, it's numbers.
It'll say commercial too.
Sometimes some of them will, but rental cars in Louisiana start with like A. Or whatever, they may have changed it now. But you back to it. So I flew all over the country when I was doing defense consulting, and rental cars were the bane of my existence, especially with the bigger airports when you got to catch buses and another bus and whatever just to get your damn car. And you better believe I took the gas option. Right?
Take the gas option. The other thing you do, and I don't know why everybody else hasn't copied this, but National Rent-A-Car. The greatest thing, you make your reservation in 2 seconds online. You don't stop anywhere, and you just pick your car out of 100 plus cars that are sitting there. Pick the one you want and just drive off with it. Always take the gas option. Listen to this stat though. Car theft in Oakland is up over 50% from last year, which was up over 30% from the year before that.
Pretty soon there won't be any cars left.
I mean, or you're going to see. These rent-a-car places, well, actually, if you don't take the insurance option, it's going to be on you, on your policy, if somebody breaks in and steals your belongings.
There you go.
Right? But pretty sad. And they've got a new mayor there. They got a lot of new mayors in these big cities, and all that mayor's interested in is covering his ass and blaming it on the previous mayor. So this guy's like, well, car theft's been on the rise since 2019, and it's dishonest for anyone to say that the crime started rising under my watch. Okay, well, what are you going to do to stop this? Right. Are you going to do anything about it, or just you're covering your ass?
Do not know.
There you go. Oakland, California. Home of Tony La Russa.
Oakland, California.
Do you think Tony lived in
John Madden when he was coach?
John Madden, that's right.
Great coach.
Yeah. Boom! Or whatever he'd say.
Yeah.
Pow! Yeah. He was pretty animated.
Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore, because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC.
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save, in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
For turducken.
I think it was Bam.
What?
They stole what?
What they steal?
A lot of these stole what's lately.
Yeah,
Look, man, I give the listeners
a lot of
what they
weird
want.
stealing lately.
People wanting that. All right. How about a radio tower?
Radio tower.
I saw that.
Radio tower today.
All right.
You'd never think somebody would steal a 500-foot radio tower, but it's happened.
Jeez,
sort
right.
of. A man and woman have been arrested for taking down part of the Oklahoma radio station's nearly 500-foot tower to steal copper. That's right.
Yes, that's a big deal.
A big deal. And the picture is just unbelievable. They literally, it seems like they spent more time trying to take apart the tower than the money they got out of it. But anyway, the tower located in Hugo, Oklahoma, belongs to Payne Media Group station K95.5. The radio station posted a video of the damage on Facebook following the vandalism that took place January 15th. Cut the guy wire on one leg, and that's what brought, boom.
The guy wire.
Oh, that's what it's called, the guy wire?
God probably helps.
It says guy, G-Y.
No, that is right. Guy wire.
Guy wire? I'll be damned. Yeah. Cut the guy wire on one leg, and that's what brought entire top sections down, the video's narrator said to Fox News. And Mike, tell people what a guy wire is.
I would think it'd be guide.
I was in the radio business for 40 years, and
but
I purposely stayed away from tower site locations.
Yeah.
So I've never heard of somebody going to steal copper from a radio tower, but
they'll steal it from anywhere. We had them steal it from electrical box plants with the big ass fences around and cut in and go in, and with high voltage danger and fry themselves trying to get copper wire.
Yeah, well, they took they had to take it off the air.
Yeah,
they took the station down.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and they start to kind of disassemble this giant tower. Cut hardware was shown as viewers were told how the transmission line connected to the antenna was targeted by the thieves. What they do, these copper thieves, is they cut it up in 10-foot sections.
Right.
So right now we know that there's probably 8 to 10 of these 10-foot sections in the back of a truck or van, maybe. This is what we need to be looking out for. Well, you think you'd spot 10-foot sections times 8. And they're basically asking the public for help to find these guys. Loss of copper, a few $100s. Damage to the tower and building, approximately $500,000.
$500,000.
So a few $100s in copper is what they're thinking these people are going to get out of it, but it's going to cost copper to put up a new tower about $500,000.
Well, it's interesting. I've got to look at it because in the old days, radio station owners owned their towers and their tower sites.
Mike, we're not talking about when people set up smoke signals.
Thank you for that. But 2 decades ago or so, companies started consolidating and buying up towers. And oftentimes you'll have 5, 10, 15 radio stations on the same tower, or transmitting from the top of the same big building in a big city, and those towers are owned by big consolidators. That's in
Payne Media Group.
That's in more rural Oklahoma, so I doubt it. It's probably owned by Payne, but in a lot of cases, it's owned by American Towers, one of the I think the biggest. But be interesting to see if this repeats around the place, because there's a lot of copper to steal. It's
a hot item.
And God knows those towers are worth less and less to radio TV stations.
That's why we like podcasts. Dumb criminals. That's funny.
Full of good information here.
We get a dumb criminal, but this one's a little bit sad too. Jasmine Actor, age 33, was tired and disgusted. First her bed and soon her entire flat had been infiltrated by nasty bedbugs. She'd had enough and she was going to do something about it. So she researched and found you could use gas phosphine to treat the apartment. Gas phosphine? Anybody?
I don't know what it was.
Okay, so to create gas phosphine, you must start with aluminum phosphide, which isn't sold in the UK. So she had to import it illegally from Italy. The aluminum phosphide becomes activated by moisture to create gas phosphine, which is used as a treatment for the bed bugs. The proportions of aluminum phosphide and water need to be precise so that the gas phosphine is not dangerous to humans. Regardless, humans are still recommended to leave their home or apartment for a number of days following a treatment.
Right.
After treating her flat, she made plans to stay with friends for 3 or 4 days. Well, you may recall that gas rises and from your 8th grade chemistry classes. So immediately above Actor's apartment sat the flat of 11-year-old Fatia Sabrin. You can probably guess the rest, unfortunately. 11-year-old Fatia Sabrin died in December after a neighbor allegedly used an illegally imported poisonous substance to kill bedbugs in her apartment, and the dangerous gas phosphine seeped from her apartment into Fatia's above her. The neighbor, that Jasmine Actor, was charged with manslaughter and importing a regulated substance following the incident. According to British Pest Control Association, Actor is accused of using 3 times the recommended amount of aluminum phosphide pellets to treat the bed bugs in her flat. She's going to be in court next week again, and horrible, tragic accident, the kind of thing that can happen when dumb people do dumb things and subsequently become dumb criminals. So some very sad banjos for the young lady who lost her life because of her irresponsible neighbor.
Crazy.
That's awful.
I mean,
that was a depressing, dumb criminal.
Sorry, I said it was going to be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bed bugs are bad, but you got to do it right.
They are very bad, and I'll tell you, one of the hardest things to get rid of, from what I've been told. Here's a tip for you. And I actually did a podcast with a pest control guy one time, and he gave me this tip, and I'm like, that's genius, and have done it ever since. But when you're traveling, the most common way that people bring bed bugs into their home is they go to a hotel room somewhere and they put their clothes in the drawer, and then when they go back home, they transfer the bed bugs into the home from the trip that they made. And look, he didn't tell me what hotels, but he said some nice hotels that you would never think have bed bugs have them.
I was in Vegas one time, staying at Elvis's hotel. What was that, Westgate, where he lived, and he died in the hotel. It was the Westgate Sports.
What was the Hilton?
Right. Okay. So it's Westgate, and it was still very nice. I went there. I was staying in business or something. In the middle of the night, I told you I'm a light sleeper. In the middle of the night, I felt something biting. I'm like, what the fuck?
Was it Elvis?
No, it wasn't Elvis. It may have been a ghost.
Elvis would have taken a bigger
I did a
bite.
polygraph one time on a guy who was convinced that his wife was banging the ghost of Elvis.
Yeah,
and he had been
told that one.
He had been on meth.
Did he pass?
He had been on meth like for 2 weeks.
Did he pass?
But anyway, so she passed. I felt a bite, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I wasn't thinking bed bugs or anything else. I go back to sleep, and damn it, something else bit me, and I got it, and I got it off of me, and I didn't know what it was. I had to look it up on the fucking internet. It was a bed bug. Oh, I raised 3 kinds of hell.
I bet you.
And moved to another hotel.
Yeah. Well, the tip, in case anyone's interested, is you can go on really Amazon or anywhere and get these, but little clothing, the plastic bags that when you buy a brand new shirt or something, they come in. You can put your clothes in those and seal them when you go on your trip.
Yeah.
And then after you wear them, if you're not laundering them or whatever with the hotel, if you're just bringing them back to do that, you can put them in Ziploc bags. Yeah. Bring them back home. And you can still stack them in a drawer.
I always leave my shit in my suitcase because I'm too lazy to unpack them. So we love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you for liking, listening, sharing, and just really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Another great episode.
Oh, I guess we'll wait till Friday's show to do the picks for this weekend.
Oh, shit. I still might take barter on the.
Take the Saints.
Well, it's all about the NFL script. So I'm
taking the Cowboys.
They are
nice convinced the NFL is putting.
Well, the ratings for the Super Bowl. This will either prove or disprove my theory, because the ratings for the Super Bowl will be a lot higher if Kansas City's in it, because they'll get all the Taylor Swift fans to watch the Super Bowl that would normally not. If the Ravens win, and let's face it, the Ravens are the better team right now. They should win, and it's home. If they don't, if they don't win, we should be suspicious. I went to a WWE slate of matches like 12 years ago when the kids were small and they were really into Raw and the WWE stuff, and we had some special passes because I shared an agent with a guy called The Miz. Remember The Miz, the wrestler? As we're lined up to go in there are all of these people holding scripts. that are trying to get you to share so they write parts for different characters and are continuously trying to sell their story to the WWE for the characters. I was blown away by it. In fact, The Miz took one of them from a guy. He looked at the first 2 pages of it or so and said, "Yeah, I'll take this," and took it. I don't know if he ever did it, but
I guess they run out of stories.
But so I don't know if they're crowdsourcing NFL stories. Maybe I should write a story for what should happen this weekend and send it in.
Well, you got Dallas wrong.
Dude, there's a conspiracy there, though.
All right.
That's what you.
Well, until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agavino.
For Real Life, Real Crime Daily, peace.
Maglets.